We here? Yeah, yeah. I'm right back at you like I never left, and I'm gonna go this hard to my last breath. It's Lil Kenny Russell, Kanoom, Consort Moon. You already know what you're gonna get when you step in this room. You're now dealing with Kanoom. Yeah, yeah, I'm here. And while I'm here, I'm gonna make the information direct and clear because a lot of y'all can't hear. Yeah, yeah. Now, welcome back to Make My Ancestors Great Again. This is another episode of My Thoughts, and as the title states, Lose Yourself on My Thoughts 267. Let's look at the ancestors, and we'll get straight to it. Now, also, let me give an account of myself as the ancestors used to do. I haven't been recording lately on Fridays. I'm gonna record this Friday though. I've been busy. A lot of my sons are playing basketball and a lot of tournaments are going on. So I believe that I owe you guys an account of myself. So the ancestors used to do it. So I want to, you know, hold myself accountable as they did. So I've just gotten a little busy, though I still want to deliver you guys this work because people, I believe people appreciate the work. The few people that I do have, I believe people appreciate the time that I take to discuss things from a different side of the coin. We were always taught one side of the coin, the heads part. Nobody never showed us the tails or the other end, okay? So that's what I attempt to deliver, to just show you the other side, the stories that you might not have picked up from church. So that's me giving an account of myself. I apologize. I'll try to be more present other than absent. So let's look at the ancestors and we'll get straight to this.
One thing you have to get through your mind and keep it. Nothing that ever came from the European mind was meant to do anything but facilitate European domination of the world. And I said there's no exception.
All right. That's the great Dr. John Henry Clarke with the quote of this era. Nothing that ever came from the European mind was meant to do anything but facilitate European domination of the world. And I said there's no exception. I love that quote. And that's the quote of this era, this generation, in my opinion. You can have your own quote. I don't have any problems with that. Let's look at this. A lot of people, as of late, they didn't do this initially because we were subhumans. And I'm speaking about we. Every time I say we, I'm talking about the African people across the whole planet, okay? And absolutely, I'm talking to the African people here in America because that's where I am. I'm in North America, okay? We were taught through textbooks, the scholastic, any type of things that you can garner up, all the curriculum initially was that the European was the standard. You hear me? See, people don't like to talk about this because it go into racism, but this is the way they taught it. The European came from Europe. He gave you civilization as you know it. It was no African nowhere that gave any civilization and things like that. This is the way I was taught in my childhood curriculum. Yours may differ. Long ago, the Europeans said that the African race were basically subhumans or a lower standard of the human species. Then you had people like, what was his name? Vani? I don't remember his first name. He was out there and he did the sketch of the Sphinx. He said that these people have forgotten, they put forth civilization and they forgot how great they were and things of that nature. This was well after the ancient Egyptian civilization was there. This was when Napoleon was around. And he wrote that down just in his diary. Hey, these people are so great. They brought forth civilization, but they have forgotten who they are. It was another gentleman in the 17 and 1800s. He said that the African people were not to be confused with even having the standards of a dog. You hear me? Also, that they brought nothing to civilization. They brought nothing to humanity and things of that nature. So this is the way we were taught in our scholastic curriculum. So, excuse me. That was wrong, you see. That was wrong. But when you get to talking about this today, they always change it. See, now they flipped it. They didn't find nothing to support these things. They haven't found anything that support that the European was the supreme human being. They didn't find anything to the contrary, but they found that the oldest living fossils, the oldest remains of human beings were all found in Africa. So the European has ditched that theory and that understanding that the European was the prototype. And now he says today, this is what he teach out there today. We're all one. Everybody is one. Everybody came from a common ancestor. So if Africa is the cradle of civilization and the birthplace of human beings, everybody is just one family now. You hear me? Jane Elliott, she's out there. She says this a lot. But initially, that wasn't their story. Their story was the European was the standard. He was the prototypical human being, and he taught everybody else how to be humane. If you do a little digging, you'll find out that's totally opposite from what history supports. So now I'm going to show you. This is the FBC choir. You know, it's an adult senior choir. And this is some of the difference that you can see. Because, see, I'm not equipped enough educationally to say, oh, no, that theory is this and that theory is that. I don't go into all that. Do I believe that everybody now has a common ancestor from Africa? No, that's not my belief, because it wasn't their belief initially. I believe people are different, and I don't believe through 1,000 years, 10,000 years, the African became the European. I don't believe that. The African became the Chinese and the Japanese, and I don't believe any of that. Because who turned that type of evolutionary practice off? Who turned that off? And why aren't every African continuously turning into something else? You hear me? I mean, they saying just go to different climatic situations and the climate will change you into a whole nother human being. I don't support that theory. But again, that's not my educational strong point to be sitting here talking about, I believe what I believe. That's not true. But no matter what theory you believe, you see the total diametric opposites, polar opposites between African, European people. You see it all the time. And I'm going to show you one today. So let's look at this video. This is the FBC choir attempting to do a musical. And let's look at this. I don't own the video. If you feel like you want to do something for me, like and subscribe, because it won't cost you a fee. This is a fair use act. I'm going to give my thoughts and opinions on this video. And I believe this is a teaching moment. And I'm going to give my scrutiny. So let's look at this video.
One shot or one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted. One moment. Would you capture it or just let it slip? Yo.
African people, this is not to shoot at nobody. This is the way people used to feel back in the day when Africans used to take the spirit out of the European. I'm sorry, the soul. This is when people used to sit there and debate, did a European have a soul? Oh, he ain't got no soul. Because see, when you put rhythm and soul together, and R&B, rhythm and blues, and you don't have no rhythm, they believe that your soul is intact and is held responsible for rhythm. No. I believe the European has a soul. His soul differs from the soul that you see in the people that you're of. Okay? Just like they see that the African soul differ from the European soul. They look at you and see like, oh, they don't have they have a different soul than we have, you know. To each his own. But this right here, this is one of the staples that the African would use, you hear me, to say that no, white people ain't got no rhythm, they ain't got no soul, they ain't got nothing, no heart about themselves, they just cold. Let's look at this again, African people. And look at the gentleman as soon as it come on, the damn video. Look how serious this man is. He just sitting there cold as ice. This man is getting ready to try to perform something that includes rhythm, rhyming, timing. I mean, this is not no damn Shakespeare. You hear me? This is what makes Eminem, Marshall Mathers, such an anomaly. You know how they say that he's 1 out of a million? The old cliche saying. Eminem is 1 out of way more than a million. Because this is the typical European. You hear me? And like I said, I'm not kicking him around. I don't love him because I don't know him. I don't love him no damn way. He don't have nothing to do with me. But look at this man. This man sitting up looking like he just getting ready to just go fly a kite or something. But he's serious about it. You hear me? This man look like Dennis the Menace and rolled up and gonna try to do a damn play on hip hop. Have you ever seen Dennis the Menace rapping and doing hip hop? That's what this reminds me of, African people. Let's look at this. Let's look at this now. This is sad. Look at everybody. You got one young lady up front. She's smiling. Like I say, it's no disrespect. I'm just showing you the difference in the temperament of the people. You got to have some rhythm when you're going to toy with this stuff. See? That's why they put Eminem with the greatest, single-handedly, one of the greatest or the greatest producers of all time, Dr. Dre. They had to get him together with Andre Young. They said, shit, we need something. We got a good white boy, but we got to put something with him. Hey, man, who's the greatest out there? Dr. Dre. We need to cross Dr. Dre with Eminem. That's the only way we're going to make this happen. He's all right. He got some good rhythm and things like that. He's learned the rhythm, okay? He's not doing iambic pentameter. He's not just talking. He's found some rhythm. Can we get any good beats behind him? You hear me? And that's how you entered Andre Young, the beat-makingest man on the planet, the most successful, or one of them. You hear me? These, and I'm not saying nothing personal, this looks cold as ice. We're going to be looking at these people all week long, and I want you to just see the distinct difference. They just sitting there, they're like this, like they getting ready to go water their lawn. Nah, when you playing with that hip-hop, you got to be in there already. You know what I mean? You ever seen a guy bust a rhyme? Before he even bust that rhyme, he got his timing going because he getting ready. Yeah, this is Remo. But you can't be sitting up here like this here. Let's continue, African people. This is scary. I know they just doing this as a choir. They took all the words out and this was for a talent show. You hear me? And they just doing hip hop for the Lord. But this look like the only person that'll come out after something like this being sung is the devil. The devil, I'm expecting the devil to come out and say, hey, y'all want to hear one more? All the rhythm is off and it's no echo. That's people behind other people. Because one guy is a second off, one guy is a 1/10 of a second off, one guy is a 1/3 of a second off, and one guy is a 1/2 of a second off. And like I say, it's a guy a whole damn second off. Let's listen to this, African people. This stuff scared me. You hear me? Let's continue. Look at old Dennis. He got the words. He couldn't even see. And they can't remember stuff like this because They don't have the rhythm to just say, hey, I know the lyrics already. He got to read it so he got to say it as he. Let's continue. Look. I mean, look at Dennis the Menace. Let's continue.
If you had one shot or one opportunity.
If you had one shot or one opportunity, he acting like it's a motherfucking shot of Yale or a shot of Jägermeister, a shot of Guinness beer. Man, if you don't sit your ass down, boy, you scaring folks. You hear me? He looks too serious to be performing something that people normally bopping and chilling and having rhythm. Ooh, man, hey, Eminem came with a cold one, boy. If this man was an actual performer of this, it would have never been no number one. He's scaring people. You hear me? Let's continue, African people.
To seize everything you ever wanted. One moment. Would you capture it or just let it slip? Yo.
Yo. Ah, that a bitch. Let's continue, African people. You hear all the difference, timing and everything, because see, they don't have no consistent rhythm. You might can get it one time, but you can't get 10 people on the same rhythm. You hear me? So they have a soul, but I don't believe the European have no spirituality about themselves. And again, I'm not talking about them. It's my opinions and my thoughts. I'm not telling you that what I say go. No, this is just my opinion. The white man and the European don't have no spirituality about them. And in my opinion, rhythm and soul, people normally connect those two and equate them together. But for me, I believe your spirit has a lot to do with your rhythm. They don't have any spirit. European don't have a spirit. He don't have spirituality. He has religion. Spirituality was always for the African people. Religion was for the European. What do I mean by that? They have gods that they worship. That's men. Jesus the Christ, a man. This Messiah, Yamashiach, Kaddish, all this nonsense, that's a man. You just can't see him. Allah, that's a man. You just can't see him. They worship men. The African has spirituality. He worshiped the sun, Ra. He worshiped the river, the Nile River. He worshiped the tree. You hear me? He throws some men in there later on, I guess. But historically, no. Ra is not a man. They might put a man depiction with you see a sun on his head and all that type of stuff. The African has spirituality. He can put his spirituality in whatever he wants. The European don't have any, so he has religion. He worship Jupiter, Mars, Hercules. You hear me? The Aquarius man that be out in the damn water. I forgot his name. I don't give a damn about none of these people. They worship men. Let's continue. Oh man, just kill me. If this was back in the slavery time, they said, hey man, we've been hearing y'all sing so much Negro spirituals as y'all out there getting that tobacco and all that old cotton and stuff. Y'all sound good. You mind if we do one? We've been hearing y'all. We want to do one. And they sung this. And they say, hey, man, listen to us and try to get us together. Or you can get 100 lashes and the ass whooping. Just give me the ass whooping. Give me the ass whooping. This is horrible. This sound like it made me want to cry afterwards. That's my thoughts on the video. I don't mean no harm. These are senior citizens, and I do respect them. I don't love them because I don't know them. Somebody love them, and it's they nanas and they uncle Billies and they pawpaws and things like that. So like I say, I'm not disrespecting them. I just believe that they out of line for attempting to do hip hop when you know you never had no type of rhythm and spirituality. And some people say the European don't even have a soul. So I'm not in that, but to each his own. That's your opinion. That's my thoughts on these videos. It's Lil Kenny Russell, Kanoom, Consul Moon. You already know what you're going to give me. You step in this room, you're now dealing with Kanoom. This is what I do, and I love to do it. And before I take back what I said, I add some more to it. This is not to take religion from anybody. This is to restore your spirituality, which was taken from you at the time religion was given to you. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I thank you for watching. If you feel like you want to do something for me, like and subscribe because it won't cost you a fee. Education and preparation is the first step to retaliation. So before you pick up a weapon or a silly religion, pick up some knowledge. If anybody's offended by anything you heard, I mean every word. Yeah. See y'all tomorrow.